Yo, how y'all doing today? I'm not gonna waste your time with a fake intro. You know what time it is, bro. It's time to make another blood sacrifice to the indie gods, of course. You're lucky I took a break from theory crafting Deltarune. And that's not me trolling, by the way. That's literally what I was doing 30 seconds ago. That game needs to be studied in a museum. Easily in my top 10 RPGs of all time. Well, top 5. Top 3. Top 1. And while we're on the topic of top things of all time, I noticed that I never really said what my top indie games were. The only thing I can remember saying was that Hollow Knight was my top 1. So I guess we're just not gonna do this with Hollow Knight. And this is just my opinion, duh. So be nice or something, or not. You can be mean. I don't really care. But let's not waste any more time. Let's start this off with number 10. What's number 10? I don't know. What are you asking me for? Why are you employed? I think for the 10th spot, I'll go with Lethal League Blaze. Easily one of the most unique fighting games I've ever played. It's one of the most unique fighting games out there in general. And high-level play of this game is absolutely insane. It's like the only game you'll see people labbing out spreadsheets of angles for. Because this isn't your typical FG. Your intent is not to combo your opponent to death. It's to incapacitate them with this ball. You're not labbing out round start 50% combos. You're labbing out round start setups to get the ball going as fast as it can, as fast as possible. The faster you make it go, the more mix-ups you provide by either switching the angle or bunting the ball and further comboing it, the harder it is for your opponent to hit the ball back to you and gain possession of it. Your knowledge of angles in this game and your reaction speeds are pushed to their absolute limits. You could be going on a crazy back and forth with your opponent, and all of a sudden your timing gets thrown off by a fraction of a second because of a well-timed throw, and you just lose. Not to mention the special abilities that each character has. And it goes without saying, but the soundtrack is elite, because if you haven't played Lethal League Blaze, chances are you've probably heard at least one song from it. Hideki Naganuma, my beloved. But yeah, go play Lethal League Blaze, all that good stuff. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9 easily goes to Pseudo Regalia for me. I love this game to death. It's like a fuzzy gift from heaven that descended into my arms and I happily cradled it. When I played Pseudo Regalia, I was desperately fiending for a new 3D platformer that just greatly moved me with the movement. I could only play Spark the Electric Jester 2 so many times. And on top of being a 3D platformer, Pseudo Regalia also so happens to be a Metroidvania, which is my favorite genre of all time. The game isn't too long. It'll probably run you about, like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours depending on how slow you play. And then probably around 7 hours if you're going for 100% completion. So not too long at all, but oddly this game is super well paced. When I got to the end, it didn't feel like, oh, I'm already at the end. It kind of felt like I was playing for like 15 hours. The level layout is absolutely amazing. The OST matches the gloomy feel and vibe of the entire world. And as I've said before, this game has stellar movement. And the new abilities and upgrades that you get to your movement not only serve to let you access other areas, but it also enhances how you're able to just traverse around areas you've already been. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. They add on to the game while also just letting you access new areas because they are upgrades and new abilities. I can't recommend this game enough. It's only $6. Go get it now. Plus you play as a thick fur. Number 8. What can I say about Katana Zero that hasn't already been said? If I'm being honest, I didn't know whether I wanted to put this above Pseudo Regalia or below Pseudo Regalia or just cut the middleman and tie them. They do two drastically different things, but they do them so well in their own regards that it kind of puts them on the same footing for me. But if I'm being real, I feel like Katana Zero edges this one out. Amazing presentation, a really good story, loopable gameplay, optimizing levels and slowing down time to blitz through enemies just never gets old. I mean, it's to the point where I don't even slow down time anymore half the time I play this game. The only negative I could think of is the fact that we're still waiting on that free content update, but they said it's bigger than the base game and it's free, so might as well let them cook. Plus, I don't mind deflecting bullets for another 200 hours. Number 7. Lucky. Number 7 has to be Hyper Light Drifter. Do I even need to explain why? It's one of the greatest Metroidvanias of all time in my opinion. But what I will say is that the secrets are more well hidden than your usual ones. I wouldn't say the game is aimless though. It's just probably not good to have as your like first Metroidvania, but the game is still amazing no less. You play as the Drifter and you have hyper aids and you move really fast. No, seriously, look at this combat, bro. The state of flow that you can get in this game is absolutely crazy. But don't forget, you still have aids. Even though this game isn't like in depth with the movement, it's one of the games that I spent the most time trying to hone in on the movement for. Because chain dashing looks easy on paper, but it is not easy to incorporate into your actual gameplay with the combat. And on top of that, the story of this game is elite. I like all the lore pieces. I like the way they tell you the story by certain things appearing in the background, you know, referencing past events or dialogue from people that you see along the way. But blah, blah, blah. This isn't the first time I yapped about Hyperlight Drifter and Pseudo Regalia, so on to the next one. Number 6. Naturally, Crosscode is on the list. I mean, what can I say, bro? I've talked about this game many times. I think it's one of the best Metroidvanias of all time. The combat is amazing. The OST is top tier. The presentation is, come on, bro. Look at these visuals. It's super expansive. It has everything you could possibly want in a Metroidvania, unless you don't like hard puzzles. Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the puzzles in this game get devious. Even if you know the solution to the puzzle, the execution barrier is insane. Or I guess timing, but same thing, whatever. Sometimes this game is just breathtaking. Sometimes this game is very intense. And sometimes this game is agonizing. But oh my god, just look at it, bro. Go play Crosscode. Number 5. At number 5, we got Balatro. This game needs a warning label. I can't even tell this is a roguelike sometimes. It feels like a social experiment sent from the year 2099, handcrafted by Miguel O'Hara himself. I mean, what can I say? It's Balatro, bro. I fell into the gameplay loop. It's fun, it's addictive, it's innovative on the roguelike genre. The concept is super cool. There's loads of content constantly. The mods are crazy, and it's aggravating. I love Balatro. I hate Balatro. You should go play Balatro. Do not play Balatro. Let me explain the game. So you have cards. The cards have numbers. You need to reach the quota score thing to beat whatever thing you're on. Yay. After you beat the blind, you can go into the shop. You can get these different cards and jokers that amp you, and you can make builds. This is the worst game ever made. This game is an absolute masterpiece. It's honestly crazy that games like this exist nowadays. It's fun. Even if you don't like poker or you don't like roguelikes, you'll still find enjoyment out of this game. Honestly, it's kind of a masterpiece when you think about it a little bit more. This game is absolute garbage. It was a complete mistake. 10 out of 10. You should go play Balatro. This game is amazing. Number 4. At number 4, we got Undertale. I don't know where to start, bro. Toby Fox is a genius. It's Undertale. Come on, bro. It's Undertale. The plot is amazing. The characters are elite. And Deltarune retroactively makes this game better than it was originally. My ties to Undertale run deep. Embarrassingly deep. Like Starbot Dubs type of deep. Ask Frisk and Company type of deep. Error Sand Stronger Than You remix type of deep. Drop Pop Candy Undertale remix type. You get it. You get the point. Undertale is one of those games you just can't play again for the first time. You can't stare off in the distance at the kingdom with Monster Kid for the first time. You can't date Papyrus again for the first time. You can't kill Toriel again for the first time. And the game makes you painfully aware of this. So you can't run from your actions, no matter what save file you're on. Undertale, a bit of a darker descent the deeper you go. And it only gets darker, yet darker, and darker than dark. Oh my god, Timmy Village, yay! Number 3. But before that, honorable mentions. First off, we got Skullgirls, one of my favorite fighting games of all time. In the upper echelon of tag fighters, the art style is amazing, there's a lot of character variation, and it's a very combo heavy game. Definitely not an entry level game though, but it's one of those fighting games that's kind of like a rite of passage. You gotta eventually try out Skullgirls. Next up, we got Ultra Kill. Come on, it's Ultra Kill, bro. Amazing visuals, top tier OST, the gunplay is amazing, the movement is crazy. What hasn't been said about this game? If you haven't played Ultra Kill, you just don't exist. I don't know, bro. You just don't exist. Claim your existence and play Ultra Kill. Actually, let me revise the list real quick. Pretend Ultra Kill is at number 10, but let's just pretend Ultra Kill was originally at number 10. I still love you, Lethal League Blaze, but I also don't want to go back and re-record this video. And last but most definitely not least for our honorable mentions, we got Deltarune. Honestly, bro, if I were to put Deltarune on this list, it would be like 2 or 3. The only thing stopping me from doing that is I kind of want to wait till all the chapters are out. And I know Katana Zero is on here even though the update isn't out, but I don't know, something about Deltarune in particular, I want to get the full picture before I rank it, because it low-key might be like number 1. I don't want to spoil anything, but this is kind of my like favorite plot out of any video game I've ever played probably. And you can connect certain dots in Deltarune by playing Undertale. I think I've spent more time crafting theories about this game with my friends than actually playing the game. Low-key might make a theory video. Nah, how do I glaze this game without spoiling 3 and 4? Alright, let's do it the Toby Fox way. This is gonna sound very crazy, but games don't usually try to be as gamey as this. As in, it's really hard to name what this game doesn't have. For starters, it has a very, very complex lore that you kind of have to piece together yourself to get the cool details, like the really, really cool in between the line details, as in between the lines of code. It kind of flips turn-based combat on its head because half the time you're not even doing combat. Sometimes I just want to aura farm mid-fight. Sometimes I just want to start playing Zelda or a rhythm game or restart my save file twice because I accidentally missed the secret boss. And I mean that quite literally. I had to restart my save file twice on chapter 3 because I missed the secret boss parameter. This is one of the games where it feels like if I just randomly click stuff on the wall, it always matters. Yes, I have to go out of my way to see what things are interactable and make sure I'm not missing anything, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing it just because I have the fear of missing out on information. I genuinely want to know more just because of how good this plot is. A plot so good that it has the potential to answer questions that I've had for nearly a decade. As in answer questions from Undertale. That game turns 10 years old this year, by the way. Like, good God, bro. I feel like a dinosaur. Papyrus's favorite food is that cereal with the dinosaur eggs, by the way. Why am I collecting so many eggs in Deltarune? And why does Flowey know that that's Papyrus's favorite meal? And why am I putting the eggs in the refrigerator to Asgore's flower room? And why is this golden flower in particular the one that stands out the most on this table and is front and center? 7 flowers with different colors, similar to how there were 7 souls in Undertale. In Asgore's possession once again, by the way. And since there's 7 chapters and we've been getting eggs in every chapter, hypothetically, we'll have 7 eggs. For 7 flowers, maybe? Maybe the eggs represent souls? We don't know, but I say all of that to say that storytelling does not exist in games like this anymore. Also, when you date Papyrus, why does this egg just show up on the ground? Why are there eggs in the beginning of Deltarune? Why so many eggs? And where exactly is Papyrus in Deltarune right now? Sans said we'd meet him when we see Azrael, which we haven't seen either. So when are we going to meet Papyrus? Is Papyrus behind this tree? Where is Papyrus? Matter of fact, where is Dr. Looks like somebody heard us. Anyways, time to do a 3-hour rant on why Susie is the greatest character in video game history, and it's just bar none. Matter of fact, she's probably just the greatest character in fiction. Reason number 1. Number 3. For real this time. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Come on, bro. It's canon. It's Bomb Rush. Come on. I mean, even without mods, this game is still amazing to me. With mods, it's definitely top 3. Like, I know it's kind of an unfair metric. Just let me have this one. Just let me have this one. With mods, it's definitely top 3. Without mods, it's probably like 9th. It's still in my top 10 regardless. I've talked about Bomb Rush so much, bro. What haven't I said about Bomb Rush? Thank you for 100K on the last Bomb Rush vid. Thank you, Bomb Rush. Forever top 10. Number 2, Terraria. I think this was my first indie game that I recognized as an indie game. I've had this on mobile, I've had this on 3DS, I've had this on 3 different generations of console and PC. It should just come with whatever device you're using. I mean, where do I start with Terraria? It adds everything you could possibly want and more. They think of things for you. I promise this will be the final update. Adds 2,000 extra things and then teases another update. And 1.4.5 is looking to be just expansive as the other updates. It was supposed to be something pretty small for Terraria standards, and naturally, it spiraled out of control. Here's to another 200 years of Terraria, because I am not complaining. Number 1. It really surprised me that I ended up enjoying this game as much as I did, especially for something that I played kinda decently recent. At this point, it's not as recent. But yeah, Rain World definitely takes the number 1 spot. The greatest ecosystem in gaming. Honestly, this is probably the most alive a game has ever felt. The enemy AI is insane. The world is ever changing depending on which slug cat you play as. And the DLC offers drastically different playstyles between the slug cats. You wanna grapple? There you go. You wanna swim? Then go swim, bro. You wanna cut down your enemies? Cut them down. You want super cancer? Go get super cancer. The only constant is the fact that you need to survive. And that's what makes this game so great for me, because the constant of survival and the method that you do survive makes this world feel the same no matter how crazy the setting gets or how crazy the elements end up taking over. No matter what perspective I'm looking through, I still feel like a slug cat trying to survive. Oh, and also the lore is absolutely amazing and it's insane and, you know, blah, 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 the lore. And the movement tech is sick, bro. Like, it's kind of hard to, like, start doing it consistently at first, but once you get a mastery over it, you kind of just subconsciously incorporate it into your gameplay. The visuals are beautiful. The storytelling is amazing. There's extra game modes. Just play Rain World. This is, like, what, the 3rd time? Go play Rain World. And I think that about wraps up the list. Bro, when I run this list back next year, it's gonna be so different. We got what? Silk Song, The Big Catch might release next year, Combo Devils, Crow Swarm maybe. Like, it's gonna be insane. Rolling Rascal maybe. A VA Proxy too, and probably not Alabaster Dawn. That seems like more of a 2027 release type of game, but that would be hype. We got some crazy stuff to anticipate, like Project Turbo Blast. I played a demo, and honestly, the game is pretty cool. The track layout is super fun. The sense of speed is great. It has mechanical depth. The music was good. It looks like it's gonna have vehicle customization and vehicle variation. I just don't know why this character is so thick on this motorcycle. No, seriously, dude, this is kind of ridiculous. It gets to a point. We also have Advent Neon to look forward to. Sonic-inspired 2D combo-oriented platformer. I mean, the list can go on if you want me to be honest, but for the sake of this video length, it shall cease. Because the original version of this was over an hour long, so let's put a knife in it. There's a link to my Discord server in the description as always. I've been playing a lot of Melee lately, and I think I can appreciate the game a lot more. So if you want to hop on Slippy, just ping me, bro. But for now, Rude Buster. So sick of your pestilence, let's give him a true glimpse. You mumble when we dance, got loose lips, I'm out of my body, you try to rip me and move limp. It's on me, child. I'm too dense to die and you can't survive. Without a tether to spread in the dark and light divides. Don't try to hide, I think that's rude as fuck. You wanna be a big shot, I got guys to crush, I'm not allowed to rest. I try down, make a rhyme, stick a ground to dust into the fountain. I drown in the boundless love, the knife took red flash, I was palming cuts. I'm just so fucking rude. Don't touch, we defeated with solace, I know you bleeding with violence, but there's a meaning inside that we open up with our cut. But it's in the time that we gotta leave out the light and drown our hearts with the dark to see what it was.